awards are given to those physicians who have made significant contributions both to women in medicine and to AMWA. First, Dr. Carnes. Molly. Needs no further introduction. I think you've heard of the work that she does. Dr. Gawande is a...
Thank you enormously for the Presidential Recognition Award. I'm really sorry I can't be there for the conference in Miami to receive this in person, but it is something that means a lot to me to have been recognized by the American Medical Women's Association. I wrote my most recent book, Being Mortal, out of my own personal reflection on having been in practice for a little over a decade as a surgeon, where I'd become competent at taking care of people whose problems I could fix, but I still wondered and didn't really understand what it meant to be competent or even good at taking care of people whose problems I was not going to fix, people with terminal illness, people with the advancing problems of age and frailty. And then my father became sick with a brain tumor in his brainstem and spinal cord that ultimately claimed his life. And I had to think about it from a family perspective as well. The effort involved my talking to a couple hundred patients and families about their experiences with aging and serious illness, but then also scores of colleagues, palliative care specialists, critical care physicians, surgeons, nursing home workers, nursing home directors, hospice workers, people from a variety of different backgrounds. And when I ended up telling the story of what I found, we weren't sure how it would be received. I've been flabbergasted by the sustained and incredible response in the United States and globally from families and patients wanting to read about these stories, which are hard stories to tell. But I've been also really moved by how many colleagues have connected with what I was writing about. And that's why this award means a lot to me. To be recognized by you, by people with your mission, and your perspective on the future of medicine and healthcare means a lot. I found that far from people accusing me of advocating death panels or anything like that, people have resonated with the idea that this is not about how we ensure people have a good death, but about how we ensure they have a good life all the way to the very end. Our major gap is that people have priorities in their lives besides just living longer. But we don't ask them what those priorities are. When we don't ask, our care can be out of alignment with what matters to them most in their life, what quality of life means to them. And the result can be tremendous suffering. I think we know this experience. I think we know what it's like to not provide care that we feel is successful in helping people navigate that pathway. And I think just being able to begin asking the questions about what people themselves understand about their health or their condition at this point in time, what their fears are for the future, what they're willing to go through, what they're not willing to go through, what the minimum quality of life they would find acceptable is. For me, that's been a transformational part of my practice. And I hope that this signifies a connection for all of you. Thank you again for this award, and I'm very sorry not to be there in person.
Rosanna is our immediate past president of the American Medical Women's Association, but she's also an anchor and medical correspondent for Michigan Critical Health. and a nationally recognized speaker on work-life balance. She founded many AMWA programs, including the Preventative Medicine Task Force, the Fellowship Program, and the Affiliate Membership Program. She's an honors organic chemistry teacher at American Heritage School and also an affiliate and clinical assistant professor of biomedical science at the Charles E. Schmidt College of Medicine in Florida. Her resume is long, but her attributes are longer, and her interaction with AMWA in making us a stronger and more vibrant organization are legendary. Rosanna, thank you.
Thank you so much to my AMWA family, to all of the leaders who were my predecessors, to the ones with me now, and to the future of medicine, the young physicians and the students. And a special heartfelt thank you to my husband, my rock. He's been there by my side. We're celebrating 19 years of marriage this weekend with our 4 babies in tow. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support and love. Keep that fire burning bright. Stay passionate and alive. Keep your dreams visualized, and it will develop into reality. Thank you so much for the opportunity to serve.
Dr. Murthy is an associate professor and global health director at New York Medical College. She's a physician and OBGYN, but an activist who did a residency in OBGYN. She's practiced medicine and public health for the last 28 years in various countries, with an MPH and an MS in management from NYU. She also serves as the Medical Women's International Association NGO Alternative Representative to the United Nations and serves as a member of the Executive Council of the NGO CSW Committee of New York at the United Nations. She's widely published. She's an author and an editor. She's worked with Women's Global Health and Human Rights. She also is used as a her information is used in textbooks worldwide. She has over 100 publications and presentations on women's health and children's health, and we appreciate the work that you've been doing to promote safe motherhood and other health initiatives focused on improving women's health in Indiana, Malawi, Nepal, and Grenada. She has numerous awards, including the Sojourner Truth Pin, and is currently married to a physician and has a daughter who also works in international development. For all your work, Dr. Minnie. Now I ask, oh, please, I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. This means a lot. And I would like to thank my family, God, whom we say God or somebody, but I would like to acknowledge somebody sitting here. That is Dr. Sati Keswani, whom I call Auntie Sati, who's been such a mentor. And I would also like to say to all the extraordinary ladies here, what Elizabeth Blackwell said: if society will not admit of women's free development, then society must be remodeled. I think even after 100 years she said it, we are still remodeling. And that's why AMWA rocks, and thank you all so much.
So choir winners of the Women in Science Award, please come up, and if you'd like to come up on that side. And Dr. Agarwal, if you'll join me. The Women in Science Award is awarded this year to Dr. Neelam Agarwal. She's a population health neurologist and clinical researcher in the field of longevity and aging. As an associate professor and faculty member in the Departments of Neurological Science and the Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago. She's also our Chief Diversity Officer for AMWA and is a founding member of the Women Against Alzheimer's Disease Network and a steering committee member for the AMA. Her research is focused on the role of social determinants and cardiovascular risk factors to predicting cognitive decline and dementia in older adults. She completed her medical degree at Rosalind Franklin University, Chicago Medical School, her neurology residency at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit, and her fellowship at Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center. Dr. Agarwal, thank you for your work.
Okay, well, thank you. I am so pleased to accept this award today. It means so much to me. I want to thank AMWA because I was thinking back, Claudia Morrissey was the first person who introduced me to AMWA. And she introduced me when I was at Rush, and I did not know about AMWA at all. And she said, what are you doing? Get involved. How can you bring the research and the science that you're embarking on in Alzheimer's disease to the Women's Medical Association? And I said, how can I do that? She told me how, and here I am. I want to thank all the leaders. I want to thank all the support from everyone that you've given me. And I'm so pleased to accept this award. It means a lot to me that we can share the knowledge that we're learning in all of our fields. And no other organization allows me to sit next to so many different women from so many different specialties and talk to them about so many different things. So, as Dr. Murthy says, you rock. We rock. Yeah.
May I invite Eliza Chin up to the right. The Bertha Van Heusen Award is a very special award dedicated to our founding president. Dr. Chin is an appropriate winner for this award. She's the executive director and a past president of AMWA. She's been actively involved with AMWA's national leadership for over a decade. She has served in multiple capacities and was a president during our 95th anniversary year. She's been an integral part of many of our programs and initiatives over the past decade and has particular interest in the history and the stories of women in medicine. In 2002, she published the book, This Side of Doctoring, Reflections from Women in Medicine. And I would think most of the Indiana students who have joined AMWA have received this book from me. Unfortunately, I usually get it on the used books site so that Dr. Chin doesn't get any rights for this. But I want you to know that you've helped many of our women as they're going through just by being able to review those. Dr. Chin has been featured in the National Library of Medicine's exhibition, Changing the Face of Medicine, and indeed, she has done that for many of us. She's a primary care physician, completed her primary care residency at Brigham and Women's in Boston, and is an assistant clinical professor at Columbia before relocating to California, where she now works with UCSF. She's also a past visiting scholar of the Women's Leadership Institute at Mills College and has been a state delegate for Vision 2020 for many years. She's also a fellow of the American College of Physicians and AMWA. And if you don't know, Eliza is a reason for most of us being here and for the conference going on as well as it has been. Thank you, Eliza.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm deeply honored to be standing here today to receive the Bertha Van Heusen Award. And I remember my first introduction to AMWA was not too long ago, about 13 years ago. First time I left 3 young kids at home with my husband, and I said, I need to go to this meeting. And that was my first meeting, and I think I've been to every single one since then. And I remember being amazed at the wonderful physicians and students and residents that I met, and being welcomed into a family that I really had never known existed. There was not an AMWA branch at my medical school. And I just have to say, you all have enriched my life in countless ways. I've received sage advice from senior women doctors about parenting, about medicine. I've received incredible support from our talented student and resident leaders who never hesitate to tell me, let me just show you how to do this. They're so much more savvy technically than I am, and they really have taken multitasking to a different level. I have learned about medicine, family, public health. This has been really a transformative journey for me in AMWA in my 13 years here. And most of all, I've learned about mentorship and the power of what a network of women leaders can achieve. And that has been mind-blowing for me. And I really think we have a wonderful future ahead as we go on to this next century of AMWA and how much more we can accomplish together. And just in parting, I wanted to leave a message with you that AMWA really is not just about the leaders that you see on the stage. AMWA really is all of you who will leave this meeting and go back to your communities, and I hope will take the spirit of this meeting with you and build your local networks. Support the young women physicians who come into your community, the students, the residents, the pre-medical students. As you've been helped, hopefully you can reach a hand to help those who come up behind you. And as we do that, we will all carry on the legacy of Dr. Bertha Van Hoosen, whose vision and foresight over 100 years ago gave us the gift of AMWA today. So thank you very much. Thank you to Dr. Kanani Tichin, who nominated me for this award, to my family, who's been with me on this journey for 13 years, has watched me stay up late at night and sometimes working through many, many vacations. Without their support, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And thank you to all of you. Appreciate it.
I'll ask the winners of the Lila Wallace Women's Health Award, past winners, to join us on the stage to the left. And Norma Jo Waxman, if you'll join me on the stage to the right, my right. Norma Jo Waxman is an associate professor of family and community medicine at UCSF, and she's a thought leader in family planning and women's health. She's a renowned national speaker, teacher, and mentor, and is an invited medical journal reviewer, recruited for scientific advisory boards, and co-authored of peer-reviewed articles and book chapters. Her health policy advocacy efforts include expanding contraception and insurance coverage, preventing restriction to abortion access, and defeating California parental notification initiatives. Clinically, she's focused on vulnerable and underserved populations. After residency, she was a child and adolescent sexual abuse examiner for the city of San Francisco and on the adolescent medicine faculty for Children's Hospital of Oakland. From 1998 to 2011, she was a core faculty in family medicine residency training and co-directed CME for family and community medicine, and helped to create the TEACH project, integrating IUD insertion and opt-out abortion training into family medicine residencies across the country. In 2008, she joined UCSF at the Bixby Center as a faculty and initial co-investigator of LARC, the LARC project. She also has provided comprehensive family medicine, including abortion in private practice. Currently, she's a medical director for Treasure Island Job Corps Clinic and consults for Health Tap Telemedicine and HEAL in-home medical visits. She performs procedures for Whole Women's Health in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Dr. Waxman, you deserve this.
Wow. I have to say I'm really, really honored by this. It's typical for me to speak in large groups. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of conferences, but I feel really nervous. It's just an honor to be amongst people who've influenced my life so much. I can't say how grateful I am to AMWA and what AMWA has meant to me. I am particularly the current leaders. I mean, Eliza and Teresa Farzana, you guys are taking it back. We're growing it again. I joined AMWA in 1985, and I was born in LA, I mean, progressive, Jewish, left-handed, spent 5 years in Berkeley, and then I wound up in med school in the Midwest at a Jesuit institution. And it was the first time in my life I was like, whoa, I'm the other. This is really weird. And I didn't get it. And I, thank goodness, somehow wound up going to an AMWA meeting in 1985. And it really has been, when I was thinking about, what am I going to say? I was like, how AMWA has been integrated in my life, and it's been part of my quilt. And it's really given me so many opportunities. It was a place where I saw progressive people in medicine that were women, that were leaders. There was less than 20% of my class were women at the time. So to be able to speak about this, and the seniors at the time were Lila Wallace. And you know, and the people my age were like Mary and Mary Gunn and Janet and Omega. And we worked. I learned advocacy this way. I learned how to speak to legislators. We went to the Hill. We learned about committee and speaking out, changing the way. And Liz Carlin was so impressive to me, and let me really, and Carolyn Westhoff, who's still a mentor in research through AMWA. We did a reproductive health education project, and I learned to do abortions. But we almost lost AMWA, and I don't know if people know this history, but less than 10 years ago, Susan Ivey and Claudia Morrissey and a handful of others, there was a coup. AMWA almost dissolved. And I'm so grateful that we were able to pull it back together. And the students here, you guys, this is important to come back to, because like many people have said, we sit amongst colleagues that at our own specialty meetings. You know, I'm with family physicians and OBs, and I hear we're with radiologists and surgeons and leaders and deans, and just remember that AMWA does hold a place for us, even though your half of your class is women. So come back, don't let it go away, and let it just be part of your life. It's fun to give back, and there's always a role. And I want to be thankful to my girls who are here, Bella and Zoe, who've been at AMWA meetings. Zoe's first meeting when she was like 9 months old, crawling around. I was giving a talk on intimate partner violence. She was toddling around in the back. But yeah, it's just, and it just keeps coming. As in my local branch, many of you know Jody Steinauer, who started Med Students for Choice. She was my student contact at UCSF when I was done with residency. So anyhow, I could go on. I want to thank you, though.
The Camille Merman Award is a special award that goes this year to Amanda G. If you join me on the right, and any further former winners, if you join us on the left. Amanda is a transitional year resident at Henry Ford Hospital and will be continuing her graduate medical education in anesthesiology at MGH. She's a graduate of the inaugural class of 2015 at Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine. She started her journey with AMWA as a founding president of their branch from 2011 to 2013, and under her leadership, the branch was recognized as an outstanding branch for over 2 consecutive years. She joined the Student Division National Leadership as a Student Division Conference co-chair at the 99th annual meeting in Washington, D.C., then went on to become the program chair for the Centennial meeting, and is now actually helping to run all of our meetings and is part of the reason for the success of this one. She has been a student and resident division treasurer, and her efforts will continue to go on. Prior to medical school, she completed her undergraduate degree at Bard College at Simon's Rock before transferring to the University of Michigan to obtain her bachelor degree and Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. She does have free time. She says she enjoys doing free time things like blogging and graphic design. I didn't think with everything that you did that you had any free time left, Amanda. Thank you.
First of all, thank you guys all for coming out here and making this meeting a success. This wouldn't be possible, and I wouldn't come back without all of you here, so thank you all. And I wanted to thank Eliza for nominating me and thinking of me throughout all of this. Just wanted to say really quick again, thank you to my school. My dean is here, and he's always been supportive of our branch and of our organization as a whole. And all of you students out there, especially you first-timers that are here, I was lost the first time I came here. Just find someone, find me, anyone. And once you make friends, you'll keep coming back for a lifetime. So thank you all for being here and bearing with us as we move the schedule a little over. But okay, thanks again.
The Ansi Carter Leadership Award goes to Samia Osman, who is a candidate at Harvard Medical School, as well as getting her MPP degree from Harvard Kennedy School of Government. She's the AMWA National Student President-elect. She graduated with honors from the University of Arizona, where she triple majored in international development, molecular and cellular biology, and psychology. So anybody who's feeling like they are not good enough, this is the reason why. She's the founder and president of Arizona United Nations Children's Fund and started a gyro sandwich business on campus at the same time, which fundraised for education and health causes for children and women in war-torn areas. During that time, she also I don't know if I can keep going, Samuel. Oh my gosh. All right, I think you just have to read the rest because I'm starting to feel a little undeserving of anything here. Samia, please. There is no one better to get this award.
Thank you, AMWA, as an organization, and this is gonna make me cry. Thank you, Eliza, and Farzana, for your support. Thank you, Suzanne and Nicole, for showing me what a strong moral compass is. Thank you, Teresa, for your transformative leadership. Thank you, Fatima and Kate, for being strong leaders for students and my confidants. And also a lot of students here, even committee chairs like Alyssa and Amanda, who refuse to take the answer. Well, this is the system. Just play the game. Because playing the game is a cheap way out. Playing the game is only a temporary solution. Playing the game means that our daughter and our granddaughters will face the same issues. It is through changing the system that is a long-lasting solution. So this award belongs to all the students who refuse to shrug and say, play along. This is for all the students who say, we are the system. We can reshape the system. Thank you.
Special award for Dr. Robert Fulbert, who is the Dean of the Oakmont William Beaumont University School of Medicine. We honor you because as a new university, you have helped to raise up an AMWA branch and chapter that is fabulous and has served to give us many of our leaders. Your commitment to the American Medical Women's Association and to the women in your university has been phenomenal, and they specifically wanted to make sure that you are aware how much they appreciated you. Thank you.
There's really not much to say after that, Fatima. You know, on behalf of everyone at the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine, which is the longest name of a medical school ever, so we just call it OUWB, we're very grateful to AMWA that you exist. Because when you're starting a brand new medical school, you need an infrastructure to promote the advancement of women in medicine and women in leadership positions. It's a tribute to the women of OUWB, starting with Amanda and everyone else in the school, that they took this and made it thrive to such an extent. So I'm grateful to you at AMWA for providing the infrastructure for this. I'm grateful to everyone at OUWB in AMWA, those who are here, and those who are back in Michigan. We're grateful to you and we're grateful for you because you inspire us. Thank you very much.
This year we decided with a new thing called a Local Heroes Award. There are so many women where we hold our meetings that have done some phenomenal work. So I'm going to ask Claudia Mason and Lanolly Sam to come up. Dr. Mason is a native New Yorker and attended CCNU, but she obtained her medical degree from the Universidad de Zargo de Felicidad de Medicina with residency training at UMKC, where she met and married her first husband and had 2 sons, Adam and Timothy. She had a private practice in Oklahoma where she began her journey in medical quality at the local hospital. She eventually received a Master's of Science in Medical Management from the University of Texas and then relocated to New Mexico, where she had a clinical practice and was a hospital medical director. Following widowhood, she retired from OB and relocated to Florida and took a position with the Cleveland Clinic in West Palm Beach. Working in quality structure, she's now the Regional Quality Officer for Cleveland Clinic, Florida, and endeavors to help her colleagues untangle ACOs, big data, analytics, and evidence-based practice. She enjoys sunshine and easy living. And Dr. Mason, thank you so much for all of your work. Dr. Lanolly Sam. Dr. Sam is a founder of Elite OBGYN and a boutique practice in Fort Lauderdale, as well as a director of gynecologic robotic surgery at West Boca Medical Center and the director of the Women's Health Services at Florida Medical Center. And she's a public relations co-chair for our AMWA committee. She's also the past chairwoman of the Broward County Medical Association. She's a loving mother of an 11-year-old son, but she's also a world traveler. She's also a world traveler and triathlete. One of the reasons why she was nominated for this is that she has been very active in arranging and fundraising, and she has done some recent work in which she summited Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania in March of 2015 as the team physician for the Freedom Challenge Corporate Climb, an organization that was dedicated to end global human trafficking. You can understand why. Oh, we have one more. Adriana Rodriguez, if you would join us. Adriana Rodriguez is a neurologist with the Cleveland Clinic Foundation and the program director for the neurology residency program. She's a member of the Women's Physicians Professional Staff Association, and in 2015 won the coveted Teacher of the Year award as voted by the medical students from FIU. She has worked tirelessly as a member of executive committees to promote women in medicine. After she completed her residency program in neurology at Loyola and a fellowship in clinical neuropsychology at Loyola, she's been on staff here, and the women locally wanted to make sure that we all understood the scope of her work and her dedication to women in medicine. Dr. Rodriguez, thank you. The Exceptional Mentor Awards, these group of physicians are phenomenal. Unfortunately, not all of them could be with us today, but I invite those of you here, Dr. Claire, Dr. Rogers, to the stage. I'm going to let you read the other, the folks that weren't here, but let me just say a couple of words, please. Dr. Claire received both her PhD in chemistry and MD from Northwestern University and completed her training in general surgery at Northwestern. She's a postdoctoral fellow at the NCI, but she returned to Northwestern as a member of the surgical faculty in 1998. In 2003, we recruited her to Indiana University. And I tell you, part of the reason why she is getting this award is that one day, one of her mentees came to interview at Indiana University, and the whole time I was interviewing this surgical resident, she kept going on and on and on about Dr. Claire. At that time, Dr. Claire had actually moved from Indiana to Chicago, and I said, well, if you think that highly of her, you should nominate her for a mentor award, and she did. Within 24 hours. She had her name out there. She felt so highly about her, and it's obvious that we miss you at Indiana, and Chicago is the gain of your move. Now let me mention Dr. Ann Rogers. Dr. Rogers is a professor of surgery at the Pennsylvania State University College of Medicine and the director of the Penn State Surgical Weight Loss Program. She's been a medical educator for over 23 years and as a bariatric fellowship director there. She's also published extensively in the fields of bariatric and minimally invasive surgery, endoscopic surgery, surgical outcomes and complications. She's frequently invited as a speaker at international and national meetings and is a fellow in the American College of Surgeons. She's a founding member of the Pennsylvania Society for Bariatric Surgery and sits on the Metabolic and Bariatric Committee for the Society of American GI and Endoscopic Surgeons. She has won many awards, and most recently a prestigious award from Brandeis for the Executive Leadership Program in Health Policy and Management. Dr. Rogers, for the women that you mentor, for the exceptional devotion that you give to their promotion, we thank you and present you with an Exceptional Mentor Award.
So now we will recognize the awards for the resident division. For more details, please turn to page 21, because we'll proceed as we can with respect to time. I'd like to invite the following people to come right next to me here. Amanda, Angela, Perrin, and Preeti, if you're present, please come forth right now. Thank you. So the first award I'll be giving out is called the Susan Ivy Courage to Lead Award. This is given to a member of our division who has demonstrated exceptional leadership and innovation skills that furthers the mission of AMWA. I am pleased to give this award to one of our hardest workers, Amanda Shai. The next award is the Eleanor Christensen Truism Award. This award is given to our member who acted unselfishly as an ambassador of healing. This award goes to Angela Harmon, who I don't think is here today. So I'd just like to acknowledge her. The next award is the Charlotte Edwards McGuire MD Outstanding Resident Mentor Award. This award is given to the member who has given guidance and mentorship at the highest level to her peers and others. She was a huge asset to have on our team this year. I'd like to congratulate Perrin Patel. Would you please come up?
Thank you so much. It's truly an honor to receive this award. I feel that mentorship is at the core of this organization and that I have received many great mentors through AMWA. Farzana, Eliza, Teresa, Heather, who nominated me for this award, Samia, Amanda, And it's truly heartwarming to know that my colleagues felt that I was able to mentor them and that I was able to give back. Thank you so much.
And the final award, she's not here today, but I'd like to acknowledge her. Her name is Preeti Raghu, and she was given the Susan Love Writing Competition Award for her essay on the force of positivity, managing stress in residency. So thank you for your time and attention.
Okay, so I'll try to move this along quickly as well. I encourage you to turn to page 21 in the program book. That lists our student awardees and their bios. So I'd like to invite the following people to gather near the stage right here on the right. Jessica Churchill, Grace Sun, Maliha Ahmed, Lauren Carlozzi, Caroline Mullis, Gabriella Reyes, Catherine Williams, Aishwara Shukla, Divya Rapati, Rupali Sood, Moon Lee, Queen Noom, Maya Siegel, Miriam Fox, Maria Phyllis, and Madeline Menka. I'd also like to invite Dr. Eliza Chin, Dr. Farzana Hafizullah, and Dr. Roberta Gebhardt to also be present here near the stage so that you can be on stage when the awards you sponsor are announced. Dr. Gebhardt, you can come up first. All right, so the first of the Student Division Awards is the Linda Brodsky MD Essay Award, which was established in 2014 by the Student Division in recognition of women who have mentored, inspired, and encouraged young students to become physicians and their mentees whose lives and careers they have forever shaped by their guidance. It was named after the late Dr. Linda Brodsky, who was a role model and mentor to many. Awards are presented to students with the most inspiring essays about their mentors, and we will have these essays published in the next week for you all to read. First place award and recipient of a $500 scholarship by the Linda Brodsky Memorial Fund is Jessica Churchill from Eastern Virginia Medical School. Second place this year is Grace Sun from Brown University, who could not be present today. Third place recipient this year is Maliha Ahmed from NYU School of Medicine. I'd like to invite Dr. Chin to the stage, please. The Eliza Low Chin Unsung Hero Award was established in 2014 by the Student Division in recognition of student leaders who work behind the scenes for AMWA. It was named after Dr. Chin, who has provided an exceptional amount of mentorship and guidance to student members. Nominations are open to all but the executive leadership of the Student Division. This year's recipient of the Eliza Low Chin Unsung Hero Award and $200 is Lauren Carlozzi from Northeast Ohio Medical University. The next award is the Heller Outstanding Branch Award, given to the AMWA student branch that has made exceptional strides in recruitment efforts, service projects, and professional activities over the past year. The recipient of this award and a $250 chapter grant is the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. They are a consistently strong and active branch in AMWA. They have made exceptional strides in areas of mentorship, service, education, and the advancement of women in medicine. All of these ladies are from the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine AMWA chapter. Please congratulate them. The next award is the Outstanding Regional Director Award, which was established this year by the Student Division to recognize the regional director with the greatest impact among their region, including but not limited to engagement of local chapters, recruitment of national members, and planning a regional conference. This year's recipient and winner of $100 is Region 2 Director of the New York and New Jersey States, Caroline Mullis from New York Medical College. Lastly, I'd like to invite Dr. Hafizullah to the stage. Dr. Hafizullah will be awarding the first annual Hafizullah Family Scholarship. This award honors students who promote fitness, healthy living, and wellness in thought, word, and action. This year's recipient of the generous $1,000 Hafizullah Family Scholarship is Gabriella Reyes of University of Medicine and Health Sciences. And that concludes the Student Division Awards. Thank you.
This year, the Pre-Med Division established our first set of awards to recognize the unprecedented work of local chapters and individual students. First, the Outstanding Branch Award is given to the chapter who has hosted a series of events that serve the pre-med community in the region. This award is given to UC Berkeley, represented by Smriti Sukumar. The Active Branch Award, given to the chapter with the greatest number of national members and involvement, goes to Baruch College, represented by Laura Ballantine. The Branch Event Award, given to the chapter with the creation of the most novel, creative, and influential event to their student body, goes to Keene University, represented by Vanessa Lupo. Lastly, the Pre-Med Student of the Year Award is given to a student who has co-founded an AMWA chapter since 2013, currently serves as our National Advocacy Chair, and is currently also spearheading our HPV cervical cancer campaigns. It is my pleasure to welcome you, Lauren Matsuno from UC Berkeley.